Okay, everybody, so what I'm cooking here is a little bit what we're going to call chicken saute. It's what my husband showed me how to cook when we were out in Turkey. I had already sliced up all the chicken and all the other ingredients that we need for this. So, I'll put down in the description box exactly what, but of course, you know, I mean, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 different things that you gotta remember here. Chicken, garlic, hot peppers, and tomatoes. The only thing that's kind of yeek for you is all the olive oil. I didn't add too much olive oil, but it looks like an awful lot inside the camera as I'm looking here. It looks rather greasy. Okay, so after your chicken has done that, I've got 2 different pans running, one for my daughter and one for myself and my husband, because she is still just very little, so she doesn't really care for the hot and spicy part. So for hers, we're not going to be adding in the hot peppers. I'm just going to add in some of the garlic for her. So we'll let hers do whatever it's going to do with a little bit of garlic in there. Yeah. That smells fantastic. Alright, and so we're going to add the peppers and the garlic over here. I kind of cut everything up already, as I might have already said, because, you know, I just like to repeat myself. I love garlic too much to let that piece go to waste. Okay. And here we go. So you let those bad boys, you know, take their flavor and whatnot with the garlic and the pepper going in there. There we go, just turn that up just a tiny bit. I want it to brown a little bit better. There we go. My landlord wouldn't let me bring in the electric stove that I wanted to bring in. I prefer to cook with electric. She wanted me to have the gas stove. She claims that there's not a line behind here that I could use on it. So, alright. Let everything get in there. Ooh, yeah, almost forgot. Alright, so get a little salt. This is just a tiny bit of Mediterranean sea salt. And then I like to put in some fresh ground black pepper. Okay. You want to cook it until the garlic and the peppers get a little on the, I think they call it the oak, like, I don't know. The garlic needs to get a little discolored or whatever. I wait until the peppers have softened enough where the wooden spoon can cut it up. Using the same thing, and I don't want any hot peppers to get in my daughter's. Okay, now, see how hers is all looking nice and pretty. And just to let you know, because, you know, I mean, we've had the gastric sleeve surgery, you know, and sorry, we used to love chicken breast, but now I find it too dry, and that it kind of, no matter how much you chew it up, it seems to take forever to get through your esophagus. I don't know if that's just me, but that's kind of what it seems like. that do its thing. I'm going to put some tomatoes over here in my daughter's bowl. Yeah. There we go. Now this is a good way to incorporate tomatoes for my daughter, because she absolutely despises any and all vegetables, really. So I prefer to, you know, give them to her in these kind of fashions, or I put it through my Ninja and I give her a drink, and she doesn't know any difference. So not quite yet. ABCs? Okay. Okay. So that looks absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so now you're going to add in your tomato. I'm sorry, I really don't know how to edit videos, otherwise I would try to do something where you guys didn't watch the whole process. So yeah, now you're just gonna wait until the tomato is cooked down some. I absolutely love these pans that my husband bought for me for Christmas. They hold so much heat. I have this thing on low, and that's how it's looking. So the same thing with my daughter's. It's the same pan, it's just a smaller one. And this is a little Turkish dish that I absolutely love. Now, in Turkey, they would, when this is all finished, they would leave it in the pan, and then they would just use bread to scoop up individual bite-sized stuff, and that's how they would eat. But I of course, I'm not eating any bread. I did attempt like a tiny bite of bread, and I felt how heavy it was, just that little tiny bite, how heavy it was on my stomach, and I said, yeah, that's not going to be happening anytime soon. So I'm definitely not going to be doing that. So yes, this is here for my daughter. There we go. There she goes. Okay, so this is what my daughter's gonna eat. This is hers. It just doesn't have the green peppers in it because, you know, she's too little for that stuff right now. So I will come back at you when mine is all done, and I'll let you know how everything tastes. Okay, everybody, so this is what you get. It's a beautiful little mixture of chicken, tomatoes, garlic, hot peppers, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And if you wanted some added spice, I guess that you could add some red pepper to it. So, let me just take a little bite. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is fantastic. Woo! Hey everybody, this is Frankie. I know that I'm recording this one day late. Yes, one day late. I made a video yesterday, but there were so many interruptions. It was kind of hard to keep up with. I don't know how everybody like shuts it off and then turns it back on and then shuts it off and turns it back on because they get some kind of interruption. But yeah, I had way too many interruptions yesterday, but I am going to be posting either before this or after this, or maybe if I can figure out a way to stick them together, a video of what I had cooked last night for dinner, which was superb. Okay, so let me jump into my stats, right? My highest recorded weight was 365 pounds. My surgery weight was 329 pounds. 2 weeks after surgery, I was 315 pounds. Last week, I was 305 pounds. And this week, I am 304 pounds. I'm sorry that I don't really count the little dot something for pounds. I know that I should, but I really don't. Because I have the world's worst memory, I swear to you. I'm 35 years old with the memory of like a 95-year-old person. But I don't really remember those things, so I just kind of cool. Go ahead, you play with your pad. Do not play with that right now. Not right now, please. Okay? Play with your iPad. So yes, I only lost 1 pound, but I did go and measure around my top B, and I had lost 10.5 inches off of just that because I was 64.5 inches around on the top part of my B and my belly, and I'd lost 10.5 inches. I still haven't measured anywhere else yet because of the simple fact is that I really wanted to do that after 2 months because I see how everybody like they lose a lot within those first 2 months. So my doctor gave me the okay to start going back to the gym, which is awesome. He said no lifting. I'm allowed to go and do all the cardio that my heart desires. So that was pretty nice. I have finally been able to start eating food again. I have a feeling that the reason why I was like that was because I had started my gentleman. If you want to shut off the beep beep, exit out or mute it for a few minutes while I speak about lady stuff. Go straight ahead. But I'd been talking about how I can't eat. The food just tasted nasty. I was extremely like emotional. I couldn't even believe how emotional I was. And then I started my lady friend, and I kind of put two and two together, but I had to go to the emergency room about my lady friend. I went to go to my INR, and my blood levels were fine, but the lady told me that I looked extremely pale, and I explained to her that I had started my lady friend, and she had asked me about it, and I said, well, I said it's the first one really that I've had since January. I said January I just kind of did a little pink spotting, February the same, March the day of surgery, I had had it like 2 days prior, just pink spotting. That was it. It wasn't anything to really consider a period. So when I had started, I woke up that morning, and my husband was kind of shocked. I was kind of shocked. It looked like, Amityville Horror Show in my bedroom. That's how much there was. It looked like somebody had stabbed somebody to death on my bed. It was disgusting. I've never in my whole entire life ever dealt with something like that. Never. So they told me that because I was saturating a pad like every 40 minutes, and these were like the nighttime pads. super absorbent, blah, 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 blah. But I went right through that, right through everything. They told me because I was going through all of that, that they needed me to go to the emergency room. And I'm thinking to myself, dear God, I'm going to have to sit there for like 10 hours. The emergency room sucks because there are so many people there. And I'm not saying that people aren't lying about their pain or whatever, but there are a lot more drug addicts in the emergency room looking for a free high than anything. And I don't want to catch that one person who has the flu in the room. I don't want to catch the flu. So I went there, not too happy about it. They had called me in within like 10 minutes because I guess that because I had had the surgery and it was so short of a time and whatever, they wanted to make 100% sure. So I was only there for like 15, 20 minutes and they called me in. And they did a few tests, blood tests on me, and then they did an ultrasound of my areas, and they told me it was probably caused by the fact that I hadn't had my period for so long, and they asked me why. I explained to them that I had had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, and they said, okay, so why not beforehand? And I said, well, I think that it had a lot to do with fear, stress, nerves. And he said, yeah, that can play a really big role in this. He says, so what we're going to do is we're going to scrape you. And that really sucked. It really sucked. Um, so I guess that, I'm just like spotting now. I guess that what they did was they went in and they kind of cleaned it out. They made everything come out all at once. I was in the hospital overnight, and they just, I guess they really wanted to keep an eye on me or whatever. So I was in the hospital overnight. And then yesterday I went to my meeting. Um, and I only lost a pound. And I think that that has to do with either it's that like 3 or 4 or 5 week stall thingamajig that everybody keeps talking about, or it's because of my lady friend. So, yes. And I just want y'all to know because in the group, there's a gentleman, and his name is, I don't even remember, but let's not give his real name anyway. We'll call him Stan. He was explaining how I guess that he went to like Cumberland Farms, and he had that urge. He was gonna eat a hot dog, and I guess that hot dogs are, well, I know that hot dogs are extremely loaded with salt. So he he'd eaten like 2 hot dogs that day, and then he ate 2 hot dogs the next day because I guess they were on like sale or something. And he said, lo and behold, he got on to the scale, and he said the scale said that he'd gained 5 pounds, and he said, how in the hell is that possible, and this and that, and the nutritionalist said it's caused by all the salt that is inside of a hot dog, and he said never again will he eat another hot dog because it took him a while to get it off too. Um, so yeah, he had asked a few people in the room about some kind of simplified something to eat because and with that meal that I had prepared in a different video, um I had told the nutritionalist about it, and because Stan is at his fifth stage, that he is capable of eating everything and anything that he wants now. Um, so she told him that if he takes this recipe, to eat like a few crackers with it, so that something about the carbs, that your body needs to burn the carbs for energy and whatnot. So yeah, I told her that it went better with bread. And she says, oh, no, 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 no. She says, if he's going to have some kind of bread, it's going to be like a, whole grain bread. I said, well, Stan, you can use whole grain bread or you can eat those crackers like she says that you can. I says, I personally despise crackers or bread right at this moment because they're just too dang dry. Um, I have tried a small, small chunk of bread, and the way that it sat in my stomach, I prayed to God that I said, please help take away this discomfort, and I will never again pick up another bread product again. I'd only taken a small, small, like dime sized piece of bread and I chewed it in my mouth. And even though I chewed it to a liquidy consistency, like a puree, even more than a puree, it sat rather hard, rather hard. Um, and Yay for me, food tastes good now. So I have a feeling that maybe like the week before my friend comes, it's gonna be, a pretty rough week, with maybe things not tasting so good. So so yeah, that's what I have a feeling about, that it's gonna be a very rough type deal. It's gonna be hard. So anyway, Um, things have been looking good. I've been, getting in my 10 to 15,000 steps a day. I We are going to be going to the park later. I kept her home from school today because she told me she had a belly ache and she never takes school off. So, I said, "Okay, you can have today off and then all next week off anyway." Um so I did her hair and we're going to go to the park and she's going to go have some fun and play with other little kids and, do what little kids do, right? I figure I'll go over towards my brother's house so that my niece can come and play with if she wants. And everything's been good. Everything's been good. And I want to thank um, VSG Jody because she is an awesome person, very kind-hearted. Understandably, we can all be a bitch at some point in our lives, but you're a very nice person. Um, Always looking out for me, and I thank you so much for that. And I seen this last video that you did. You had actually done your hair and you had like some blue in it or something. It looked cute. Not too sure. I was thinking about coloring my hair too, so I don't know. I was thinking my daughter told me blue and purple. So, blue and purple? You want blue? Okay. And I don't think Dad would go for that, but we'll see. I was thinking about, getting it colored like the way that it was before, that nice red color. I'm not sure. Because as you can see, I have so much gray. I'm only 35 too, and I look at some other people who are 35 or even older than me, and they don't have as much gray. It must it must be genetics or something. I got the worst end of the pool for genes. It wasn't even funny. My sister does not have any gray. My brother, I'm pretty sure he has gray, but he shaves his head, so you can't really tell unless you look at the beard and the mustache and the goatee and everything that goes with it. He's got some gray in there, but he's an Irishman, he's all reddish colored. So, I walk into a room and everybody notices that I have gray, and they're like, "Wow, wow, you got a lot of gray there, Frankie," and um, then they remind me that my meme, even before she, passed away, didn't have as much gray as I do. So, it was the same thing. She said, "Frankie, I don't know where you got those boobs from, but, nobody else in the family." And no, my sister's a 36 C cup. I unfortunately, by the age of 11, was a 46 triple D. That's how big I was. And now I'm even bigger. Yay. So hopefully, soon enough, the ladies, the headlights, and all that other stuff will go whoop, and then they'll just be kind of saggy, floppy pancakes on my belly or whatever. I don't know what you say, but yeah. Um, but I guess the insurance will pay. so much towards taking away the skirt belly and doing kind of like a boob job. Um, I guess that I can, if I want like something to fill it in, I have to pay for that part myself. The insurance only covers for the removal of the excess skin part. So it's gonna fall, babe. Okay, and yeah, yay. So hopefully, hopefully, been doing my best. I've been fighting the good fight, drinking a ton of water. I have realized that the more that I drink, the less that I think about food. So, I've been waking up in the morning and I drink the first hour, I drink a whole 8 ounce cup of water. And after that, instead of having a disgusting protein shake, because I'm literally like, I hate protein shakes now. I don't even know how anybody does this. So, um, I have got the yogurt and I put a scoop of the Gene Pro in it. And yeah, you can kind of taste it, but it's a lot better than a shake. So I get, because the Choribani Greek yogurt that I get has 11 proteins in it. So I put one scoop of the Gene Pro in, so that's a total of 42. Supposedly the body can only absorb 45 grams of protein in one sitting, and I mean, heck, it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to eat that yogurt. Otherwise, if I try getting it in any faster than that, it starts to hurt, like right here in the chest. Um, and people look at me weird because now I'm like hitting myself on the chest, like, go away. Um, and yeah, so I eat it slowly. I take my time. I take a bite here, a bite there, walk around, do what I have to do. Um, and then I take a few more bites and whatnot. I make sure I use my daughter's little baby spoon to get through the day. So, um, and then I typically do practically the same thing. Um, I'll have a pop, a sugar-free pop that my uncle, which is diabetic, showed me these pops, and they're not that bad. They have a tropical flavored box and they have a regular box, which is grape, orange, and cherry, and I believe the tropical is like mixed flavors. I know that there's a mango, a fruit punch, and something else. One with pineapple. That one was good. Um, and then I mean, I'll eat something for lunch. Um, I have marinated some chicken already, pre-done kind of stuff, and I have like I only put one piece of chicken in each bag because that's all that I can eat is it's like this big of a piece of chicken, um, and it's cut like that thin. So it's very small. When I chop it all up and I stick it into the cup, it comes out to about a quarter of a cup. Anything other than that, I either throw away or my daughter eats. Um, if I don't eat that, then I'll have some refried beans with some of the Gene Pro in it so that I can get at least 60 grams. That's all I do is 2 scoops of Gene Pro in one day. 60 grams. The rest of my protein needs to come from the stuff that I eat. I drink a ton of water every day. Um, 20, 40, 60. I probably get in about 80 ounces of water a day. I um I fear the factor of kidney issues because my great grandmother passed away from kidney issues at a young age. When my meme was only 9, and she was put in some kind of like a home or something. Her and her 14 siblings. My great grandparents were very busy people. Um, and I guess that my great grandfather took care of them. I guess that he paid for them to stay in this like housing thing. I don't even know what it was. Um, but these people raised them while my great grandfather was able to work. So, I mean, it was pretty rough for my meme, but, um, life goes on. She did what she did in her life, and then she came out with some form of cancer that was in her throat. So they gave her chemo, which cured her of the cancer that was there. Um, but the chemo had made her so weak that she fell down her stairs going into the basement trying to do laundry, because she was a stubborn woman. I love her to death, but she was a stubborn woman, and she broke her arm, which caused her to go to the hospital. And in that time frame, they had learned that the chemotherapy had killed her kidneys, so she died. Unfortunately, a very horrifying death that I could never even fathom in my mind. But she died the day after my mother was born, so my mom kind of takes it rough. But I guess the date of my mother's birthday, don't even know how really my meme knew this. Maybe somebody might have said something to her. I don't know. I was in Turkey. Um, and I couldn't make it back. It was just so fast that it all happened that I couldn't make it back on time. And I had spoken to her on the phone like 2 weeks prior, and she had stated to me, she says, the chemo has gotten me tired, and I don't think that I want to fight the fight anymore, Frankie. And I said, Meme, if you want me to come back now, I will. And she said, no, you stay with your lovely husband. You enjoy your time out in that country. She says, if I'm here when you get back, she says, you'll see me. She said, and if I'm not, she says, I'll always be in your heart. And I kind of figured she was going. By the way that she was talking, it was kind of scary. But I guess that she mustered up the energy on my mother's birthday, and she got out a few phrases because she was unable to speak. She was unable to do a lot of stuff, but I guess that she did sing happy birthday to my mom. And my mother takes it really hard every year on her birthday now. So, and it's been about 12 years. It's been that long. I miss my meme. I miss my Pepe. God bless their souls. They were wonderful people. Um, but I'm going to catch you guys later because I have been like babbling off without even looking at the timer, and it's over 23 minutes. So sorry, everybody. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I know that there was somebody that I wanted to yell or shout out to. She had her surgery on April 12th. I know that much. And I have quite a few new people as subscribers. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate everybody subscribing to me. I appreciate all of the advice that everybody gives to me, or the compliments, everything, everything. I love the YouTube community. You people, oh, I love you all. You guys have a great day. Guys and gals, sorry. Have a great day. It's beautiful. It's sunny. We're going to the park. Catch you later.